Hello.
Hello. Are we frozen?
No, we're live.
Okay.
We're
We're live.
good. We're fired up, man.
We're live. What up, Diggy? What up, RO?
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to our year-end review of our vending experience for the year.
The old vending.
Oh, Danny, how you doing?
No.
What do you mean no?
That's what he said.
Fine.
That's funny.
So yeah, like, share, subscribe. We did a Dutch auction yesterday.
I don't know what we did
Tried
yesterday,
to.
but I
We
don't
did
think
something. We went live for an hour and it was a shit show.
I was not a participant whatsoever. So I apologize to everyone involved that wasted their hour of their life.
Yeah, and then the actual automation for the countdown broke.
Did you figure it out?
No, I haven't looked at it.
I wouldn't
I'll
either.
I'll look at it again when we decide to do this again, if we decide to do this again. So,
Yeah, there you go.
but yeah, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, get them in here. Let's get the views up. Get more subscribers. Get towards that. What is it? The membership and super chats and all the other benefits you get for that first tier of, I guess, being a good YouTube person.
Okay.
We're not too far off. I don't think we are anyway. If we
Nice.
keep doing weekly stuff and get more people in. So, like, tell everybody.
Yeah, why
Come
not?
say hi and interact.
Yeah, there we go.
Cheese logs. I don't know
Cheese
what that
balls.
means, but roll that bean footage.
Let's do it.
So, welcome back, everybody. As a quick intro, per usual, we get right to it, right to the meat.
Right to the meat and potatoes.
Um, so yeah,
How's
we're
your week?
down. What?
How's your week?
Oh, my week was fine. It was normal shit. We're trying to get 3 products done by Black Friday to release that week, and I think I got one of them. I think we wrapped up one of them today.
Nice.
Aside from getting the files uploaded to the store, I need someone to verify the files, just do a second set of eyes to make sure everything's there and right. But I think that one's done. I think by the end of this week, the second one will be done, and like mid next week, the third will be done. But that one's coming in like right at the line on Wednesday.
Gotcha.
And I don't want people around having to work on like Thanksgiving or the day after or anything. I want people to have their vacation and, you know,
Yeah.
so really trying to push to get that stuff done. Um, we're down 173 animals from last Monday. So we were down 18 last week and now 173. So, we're on that downward trend again. 37 weeks in, we're about 1,250 down. Um, Still a lot of ball pythons out there.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think I'm gonna sign up for the Show Me Show.
All right.
It's I believe the Show Me shows are a little weird right now because the little banner images have incorrect dates on them. And then when you click in to actually reserve a table, they're different dates. And I think I saw a comment in the Facebook vendor group that the banners need to get updated, but the dates in there that you select are correct, which means I believe it's January 16th and 17th in Loveland.
Okay.
Um, I'm going to sign up for it. I'm going to do it. Um, and we'll see what happens. Everybody says that first show of the year is always good in Loveland, so we'll see.
All
We'll
right.
see. Um,
I'll check and see if I got the voice, and if not, I'll be there too.
Sweet. Um, I had a clutch shed out. All but one of the 6 have shed out. It is a pastel spot nose clown to a pastel red stripe HRA. So interesting mix of stuff. There's definitely like got a couple animals that look almost exanthic in there, just with the combination of everything. So super cool. Can we do ugly sweaters contest for Christmas? I I I don't know if I have an ugly sweater. I don't even know if I have a sweater. I'll be honest, like I go out and shovel snow in my shorts.
Yeah.
Um so I don't know. I don't know if we can. How are you doing, Trevor?
I am about 10% better today than I was yesterday, so moving on the right trajectory. I was actually productive today, where yesterday I was sleeping, something for an hour, back to sleeping. I don't know what that something was for an hour, but it was non-productive. Today I actually got up and did like 5 hours in the rat room, got out of the house, I went to the bank and went to Home Depot, my usual stops, and then did about an hour in the snake room and ate a half a pizza, trying to put weight back on, and now I'm here. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and 3 monsters in, and
Jesus.
things are gonna happen. Things are going big for me. Big,
Sweet.
yeah.
Sweet.
I am so far backed up at work now. It's stupid.
Yeah.
So there were 2 times where I was sleeping this weekend where I missed business calls, and then apparently they were not happy that they didn't get a hold of me, so they went onto the website and filled out forms. So they were going to get a hold of me either way. And
Nice.
so I'm going out tomorrow to do a estimate, and then I am going to another place to do just little general handyman stuff. So I'm going to have to be productive tomorrow on the handyman side of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good times.
All right.
Yeah. Now I'm going to
Um
start a dog food business. So,
yeah. Yeah, let's just add to your workload after you've been bedridden for like 3 days.
why not?
Just more monsters. It'll
Yeah,
fix everything.
exactly. I'm telling you, my investment in monster stock, it was worth it. I'm driving my own price up. So,
So deal of the week. For those that weren't around, I think I recognize everybody being here yesterday. We did a Dutch auction. So whatever didn't sell is in that hyperlink up at the top of chat, that is pinned, that you can go to, see the list of stuff, and click a buy hyperlink, fill out the form, and that's all you need to do. We'll get in contact with you. I think like tomorrow and Wednesday is kind of like maybe our last time to ship. So
yeah.
try to get on it quick if you're interested in anything. Otherwise, we start running into holidays and cold here in Denver, and it's generally not the best time to ship. I know I have purchased stuff on Black Friday and didn't get it until February the following year.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's windows to ship though. So, but you never know with Denver weather, because sometimes they say it's going to be great and then it snows, and then sometimes they say it's going to snow and it's 70 degrees.
I hear this is going to be our worst snow in like 8 decades or something.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, that just means they got to shovel a lot of fucking snow, and that sucks.
That means you got to buy a snowblower.
Snowblower, yeah.
That's what I did.
Been holding out on that purchase.
Yeah.
But, hey, Craig, Headlica. So yeah, vending. year-end review.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to where do you want to start? I
Let's
think
start with, how do you feel this year compared to last year?
so last year I only got a half a year because
Okay.
those were my first shows. I think the was it the September Repticon was maybe my first show, and then I did the AARPE with you.
Okay. Yeah.
So I only did 2 shows in 2024.
Gotcha.
Um,
Selling very,
and
because you had
like
done ARP with me before that, even, right?
no, I did the Repticon. The Repticon was my first solo show, and I think I did the Repticon might have been after the AARPE, the October one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what order they came in, but um, yeah, and I thought it was fine. It was my first show. Like I rushed to get like a tablecloth and like some kind of setup. Like I built. If anybody has seen what's his name, Kyle from American Made Exotics,
Mm.
he has that tutorial on making that uh, DIY little display case, and basically just using some MDF or plywood and piece of plexiglass. So I ended up making that, and I only had like 12 snakes to sell, I think. Um, so that worked out pretty well. Sold a couple snakes. I always had the dice and the other stuff because I wanted something else at the table and I needed to fill 8 feet of table. Um,
Yeah.
so I ended up selling like, 500, $600 worth of snakes. I think it was like 2 or 3 snakes and like $300 of dice.
Nice.
So like that first solo show was good. And then I did the AARPE with you where I sold a couple snakes and learned a whole fucking lot. That was a weird AARPE though, because that was the one where it turned into us pushing JD snakes
Oh
more
yeah,
than
that's right.
our own.
Yeah, that's right.
So um
And
so
friendly.
yeah, like I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know, like you did that 2024, I think you just did the AARPEs.
Yeah. And the Cheyenne.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You did
So
the Cheyenne show was in 2024?
yeah, I've done the Cheyenne show 2 years in a row.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's only once a year. And last year it was in the little building, and then
Oh, that's
this
right.
this year it was in the big building. Yeah. So it
So
was.
my compare and contrast really quick is definitely and it's very apparent how well the AARPE runs versus the other shows, the
Mm,
Repticon and the Show Me shows.
mm,
Um, and obviously the AARPE is a much bigger crowd
right.
compared. Um, but there's more vendors, there's more outside vendors, there's obviously plants, there's a bigger variety of stuff. So you get a lot of people that are just plant people that show up as
Yeah.
well. Um, so I mean, that's my gut. I think it could always be better. Um, so how was 20, I guess, year end review? I guess you can start with 2025.
Yeah. I thought the first half of the year started strong. Um, did pretty well at the ARPE, the Repticon, the Mr. Critters in Cheyenne. I did pretty well at those 3 shows. Um, the fall Repticon and ARP were not as good. And that really speaks to the kind of animals that you bring to the shows. if you run out of all your pretty snakes in the first part of the year, the second half of the year is a little slower. So, but I mean, I still moved animals at all of them.
Yeah.
which is good, right? So I was happy with the year all around. I feel like 2024, even though I did less shows, was more profitable. I feel like for looking at 2026, I know exactly what I'm going to do for my breedings for this year, and that's why I have 9 fucking pied pairings and, you know, all these bell pairings and banana pairings. I need more stock for the entire year to make the most out of every show, especially if we're going to move up to 10 to 12 shows a year. And I think that I really like your idea of adding more to the table than just snakes. And so there's another species aspect that I'm thinking about, but I'm also thinking about more product aspect, like you have dice. Not that I wouldn't do any of the shows that I did this year. They were all great, but you want to make the most bang for your buck on every show possible, right? And so, yeah, I think it's changed my plans a little bit for next year, and I think it's all a learning process. And as long as you take away some information from some data from what you're going through, then I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about it, I think a couple shows ago, where, you know, I'm on the wait list for the AARPE. And like, I still sold 3 animals at that show and still did okay. Like, if I had my own table, I would have more than broke even from the 3 animals I sold. But I know I always sell like $300, $400 worth of dice, right? But like, when we share the space, I don't have as much, like, there's not the bandwidth to have that stuff there, right? And the same for you. Like, if you had that extra half a table, you would have had more shit at the show and, you know, presumably would have sold more stuff, right? And you know, that kind of miss out on stuff, and it just made me realize that it's like, if ball pythons are doing really well, you're going to do well, but if they're not, having that other thing there that's different than the other people around you, like the dice just fits my theme perfectly. And just the Venn diagram of nerds and geeks that come to the shows.
Yeah.
They're like, dice, I need another pair of dice.
Of course.
And, you know, you get them for $6 to $10 for a set of dice.
Right.
Or, you know, the kid walks by and the parents won't get him a snake, but they can go through the loose dice and pick out 2 dice for $1. Right. So, you know, it all adds to, you know, what you bring in. So, you know, we've talked a little bit about diversification too. And I think both of us are looking at getting some other species just to have something else at the table. And, you know, we were talking about that for 30 minutes before the show started. Like, it just, what are you thinking about? So, and it's like, oh, do I get different snakes? Do I get some lizards? Do I get some geckos? I like a lot of stuff. So, you know, trying to pick, and then what's out there for offer for what you pick. Cause like some of the stuff that I'm like really thinking about getting into, there's like 10 animals on Morph Market.
Yeah, right.
And they're all wild caught pretty much. Yeah. And it's like
juveniles.
Yeah. So, it's like, oh man, these are really cool, but that's another 3 to 5 year investment into getting up and running, right?
Right.
Um, so I overall I enjoyed the shows this year. So we did a couple different things. So we did both AARPEs.
Hmm.
We did 2 Repticons, I think.
Did we do 2 or 3?
I think we did 2.
Maybe.
I only did I
Oh yeah,
did
we
5
skipped to
total
July 4th.
shows, and I did a show me show in June. Or it was one day was May, one day was June because it was on my birthday, and my birthday's
Yeah,
June 1st.
yeah,
Um and so you did the Cheyenne show, which I didn't do, and I did the show me show in Loveland, which you
yeah.
didn't do.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was definitely interesting. Um, so everybody here probably has heard me bitch about promotions.
Hmm.
Um, and my day job is in an industry that does a lot of shows, trade shows, and they're large. Some of the largest, like Gen Con is, you know, I think last year was 96,000 people a
Hmm.
day. It's fucking ridiculous. And then something like Spiel in Germany or Tokyo Game Show or Gamescom in Germany, like those will be 120, 150,000 people a day.
Yeah, right.
But the way those are run is they're very transparent. They tell you everything up ahead of time. They tell you how many tickets they've already sold, how many tickets they sell, and how many people are through the door. They tell you exactly how they're spending their marketing
Hmm.
budget. Like they tell you everything and are very upfront, and that's not the same in this industry.
Hmm.
And when you ask for it, they're unwilling to give you that information. But because I am in an industry that does that, I know how to find that information.
Right.
So like things when you ask for like data on demographics, it's like I know where to go to find out how many people live in a 50-mile radius of a city.
Hmm.
Um, I can contact the people that own the venue
Hmm.
and find out how much they're charging for them to vend
Right.
or to have the show on the weekend. And you start looking at stuff like that and going like, okay, well, I know they pay probably 36,000 or $3,600 for the room for the weekend,
Right.
and there's 60 tables here at $125 a pop. So, and I we go to a show and there's flyers for other shows outside of the venue, and it's like, where's the money going?
Yeah.
Um, so I wish promoters did a better job. And the frustrating thing is when you have a bad show and your perception is that I didn't see any ads, I didn't see any lawn signs, I didn't see bus stop signs, I didn't see anything for this. It's like, well, was it something that I did, or is it that it's slow because nobody promoted this show?
Right. Right.
And that's the difference between the smaller shows and the AARPE, because when I drive down the street, I see the bus stop signs.
Yeah.
I see the ads and that they have spent money on stuff. So when the show isn't great, I don't think it's something that I did. I think more that it was just slow. The economy's bad right now.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the fact, and that's probably why the Repticon that was a couple weeks before that was not great either.
Right.
Um, but it's still when when you're setting up for the Repticon and there's a sign outside for the AARPE and there's no sign saying there's a reptile show here this weekend. You're like, what is going on, man? You couldn't put a sandwich board sign out there
At least.
saying, hey, reptiles this weekend.
I
Um,
always wonder how many people saw that sign and went to the fairgrounds thinking the All American was going on that weekend at the fairgrounds, and that's what they were showing up for.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Um, there's other stuff too, like um, I don't know how the AARP is because I'm on the wait list.
Yeah,
But Repticon, when you sign up, you get to pick your spot,
right.
where you want your table. Show Me Show is not like that. I think they just added it.
Okay.
Um, I haven't booked my table yet, but like I booked the table last year and I showed up and Blake, who is great, like I will say that Blake's awesome. Uh, he's just like, oh, here's an open table. You can go right here. And I'm like, all right. um, like there was it was basically like just whoever shows up when, that's where we give you. And then they had to juggle people around because they'd give somebody a table, and then somebody would show up that had like an end cap or two tables. And they
Gotcha.
go like, oh, we need to move you down one. And then I'm like,
Just
okay.
gotcha.
Um, so it was a little disorganized, and the Show Me Show apparently is pretty hit or miss. Like I've heard the first one of the year is really good, and then it just kind of drops. Because I know the one I did in June, I sold two snakes. Um, just luckily one of them was like a $600 snake.
Gotcha.
Um, but again, I sold $200 worth of dice,
There you
so
go.
it was like I can't I can't complain about that because I did hear that some people didn't sell anything the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Um, I'm curious. I want to try a Colorado Springs show.
Okay. Is that also
Um,
family?
it's a show me.
Yeah, yeah.
There's also the Cold Blooded Expo. They do one in Pueblo
Yeah.
that I'm curious about. Pueblo isn't too bad of a drive.
No.
Um, I heard the Albuquerque one's pretty good.
I heard that from Corey and Aaron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
We might have to look
actually,
at that.
like we should say this is that I know I think we've mentioned it before, but we're gonna try to do more shows next year,
Mm-hmm.
including shows that are 10-12 hour drive maybe.
Right.
Like so maybe an Arizona show, maybe Vegas, Kansas City.
Yep.
Um, so we're gonna try a few things out, see how it goes. I think building up, and even this last year, another thing that was probably a hit against me was just that I didn't have a lot of snakes
Yeah.
available. Like, I had 8 clutches in 2024, and by the time the end of the year rolled around, only like 4 or 5 of those clutches were ready to sell.
Right.
Because I try to make sure they're over 100 grams and they've had 5 meals, and they're all good. And by the time the October show rolls around, um, I was hatching until December. Like
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of those clutches hatched in, end of December, January, February. And the same thing this year is like, I don't think, oh no, I did the last 2 shows. I had some 2025 animals because I had some animals from a January clutch that
Yep.
was the GHI Black Pastel Yellow Belly Dreamsicle clutch.
Right.
Um, and those sold really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the ones that I brought, I have a couple I need to shed test because they're just fucking all white snakes and I don't know what's in them and I need to figure it out. It's like a high white pied. It's not even a fucking pied. It's just white. Um, So, and then I had a few others that had just hit like 105 grams that were like a GHI or a normal that's like het hypopide or something.
Right.
But I sold a couple of those too. Like I sold a GHI het hypo.
The All American.
So like I'm gonna have a lot of hypo stuff next year at the beginning. I have straight clutches of just hypopide. Um, the banana stuff sells instantly. Those were the first 2 animals I sold at the AARPE. like
Yeah.
pretty much right away. So yeah, and there's stuff too that if I don't sell, I'm not going to be super upset about it. Although I need to get rid of animals to make room for new animals. So yeah,
I think you
um,
need to buy more racks.
I do. Yeah, I'm already out of
Some
room again. I
let
bought
me
another versatile rack and I'm already out of room. Um,
How
but
many versatile racks will fit in the space where that 5040 is? 5540 is
um,
3.
versatile racks probably 3.
Yeah,
So they're 18 high.
yeah.
Um, so 30, 54 animals.
Compared to 40,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
But what I want to do is I want to put the 70s there, the AP rack 70s.
Okay.
Because I can get 12 high. So it means I'm down 4, but I'm thinking about dropping some projects anyway and getting some other species, so
Yeah.
might not be a bad thing. Um, but yeah, I think one of the biggest things was just like stock. Like I didn't have a lot of stock, and a lot of the stuff I did was byproduct from me making double hets. So a lot of the stuff that I was getting rid of was like yellow belly double het, normal double het, spot nose double het, and it's like it's a different shade of tan.
What
And people that go to shows want a cool looking pet. So bananas, pieds,
Yeah.
bells. And it's like, so trying to convince somebody, like, the one thing I will say, and it's my favorite gene, is GHI does sell.
Yeah.
People do like GHI stuff. It's just different. It's
Yep.
dark and it's got a cool pattern.
Right.
Um,
It's almost
so
why I'm thinking about not getting rid of those lorries
yeah,
because that does the same thing. Kind
yeah.
of. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, hopefully next year. So I ended up with 12. Well, I had 13 clutches. One of them was just all slugs.
Mm.
Um, so 12 clutches. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll have a little more stock going into next year. I'll probably still have a couple girls lay. I have a clutch of 7 still in the incubator that has an estimated hatch date of January 1st. But I always run 2 days early, so I'm expecting like December 29th those will hatch.
Babies.
Yeah, and I have probably like 6 girls that I think are gonna lay the first part of next year, so or maybe
Nice.
even before the end of the year.
Nice.
Um, so ideally, I have more stock through the year, but a lot of it's gonna be different shade of brown,
Yeah.
like because it's like all I've been doing is making pairings to improve my Dreamsicle project, my Batman project, my Hypopide project. I do have the chance though of actually hitting Dreamsicles in some of them. They're just long shots. Um, so we'll see.
Word.
Um, I don't think it was a. So I did 5 shows. This is also the first year I will say that I actually made more selling animals than buying animals. I actually was in the black there. It's just when you add food and equipment and supplies and everything, I was way in the red.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so, but that's another thing to look forward to next year is like, okay, I got some more clutches. Like, do I actually get to a point where I'm closer to breaking even for everything?
Right.
Because once that happens, I think I'm in pretty good shape. And I think some of how to do that is to diversify a little bit.
Yeah.
So, what about you? I rambled for like 20 minutes. So,
It's okay. Both my ears are clogged, so I couldn't really hear you either
sweet.
way. So
Just my lips
yeah,
moving.
and I would just be like, yeah, yeah. All in all, I thought it was a good year. I learned, I learned some good stuff this year. I need to not run out of the pretty animals in the beginning of the year. I think I did watch enough of the tables that were diverse do really well that it inspired me to do more of the diverse species for next year. I mean, ball pythons will always be king, right? I think. But as that's said, that means there's also going to be a lot of there always are going to be a lot of ball python tables at these shows, and if you can get a few niche species in with the ball python tables, I think that'll help. So I think we are going to diversify for next year, which is going to be key for the shows at least. I think I've decided that I'm going to just narrow it down to what I'm able to breed in that room. And so I'm not going to expand outside of that room because I want to keep that breeding operation contained, right? But all in all, I thought it was a good year. And I think that when you're successful at something, the only thing you can do is do more.
Yeah.
And going from 5 shows to 10 shows next year, I think that'll give us a bigger data set also to be able to look at year over year. It'll give us some new markets to be able to look at too, to compare for the 2027 year. What markets, what shows, what promoters are going to be the best for us. Whether we run in 2027, whether we figure out that we only run big shows, or we sprinkle in, or I mean, I can't imagine never doing the big shows. That's the thing. I can't imagine moving to 10 big shows and no small shows. But it's really hard for me to get away from the Denver Repticon that's 5 minutes away from me. That's tough. Even if I only sell 10 snakes there. So, yeah. And I think the time has come that I just pony up and get the ARS displays. Yeah, the newer displays. I'm tired of lugging these things around. They're huge and heavy and.
Well, I mean, I still think the ones you have are lighter than the ARS displays, but the ARS displays are nicer.
They are nicer. But the difference is, like, you pack the snakes in the ARS displays, put them in the carrying cases, and take it all. Right, yeah. Where I have the display cases,
and then the bins with the snakes in them. Yeah,
and the bins with the snakes in them, and it's the giant. Like, it's a good thing I have a big truck because I wouldn't be pulling these off without the truck. So, being able to, I mean, I watch Sean show up and do his 4 tables, and Tim show up and do his 4 tables, and he has all those displays in a little SUV. They both do it in a little SUV. Sean's got a Jeep Cherokee, you know. It's more space effective for sure.
Yep.
I feel like. So, I'm not sure where I was going with that.
I don't
know.
I like early on, like months and months ago in an episode, we talked about before I think we did a lot of the 2025 shows. It was like, how important is your display?
Mm.
You know? And, I kind of started with the little DIY stuff, and I'm like, well, it works. As long as you have good snakes, it's fine. But as like half the year went by, I was like, no, man, it matters. Like, there's a professional look to it.
Yeah.
And even like now, it's like, I really need to get my tablecloth and everything done. That way, when the January show rolls around, I have that something where you walk by and you go, "What the fuck is that?" Like, and you've seen what I've been working on.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Hey, clowning around. Queen City Pythons asked, on average, how many animals are you guys selling per show per table?
We've been skipping comments. Damn it.
Yeah,
Oh, Bash. What up, Craig? What up, Lecta?
yeah, a bunch of people jumped in. Um, I
Steve?
think
Oh,
between like 4 and 6 is usually my average per table. Like I get a table and I usually sell about 5 animals. And generally it's probably average about 250 per animal when you like I'll sell like a $75 animal, but then I'll sell a $500 animal.
mm,
So, it's I except for the AARPEs where, I have a half a table with Trevor. That Trevor is very kind and gives me a half a table to put stuff down on. Um, I
it's only
don't I don't
Josh.
know if I've ever made less than $1,000 at a show
Yeah.
between the dice and the snakes and everything. There's definitely been like the Repticon that was 2 weeks before the last AARPE. I sold 3 snakes, but I think I was pretty close to $1,000 with all the dice and everything else.
Mm,
Um, but the dice, even though it puts me above that, like they did have a cost to buy all that stuff to put on the table. So it's like, okay, I only really got like 150 of that $300 was profit. So
yeah. You cleared 1,000 at the last ARP, right?
the one previous, yeah,
Oh,
just over.
okay. Yeah.
But
So,
again, like you can look at those two shows that were at the tail end of this year and just go like the economy's kind of bad right now. Like, you know,
I
shit-
I never allow myself to blame anybody but me. So that's just how I am.
sure, but I mean distinctly the Repticon and even the ARPE definitely had less people at it.
They definitely did, but there were still people that were buying.
Yeah.
So it's my fault that I didn't bring the animals they wanted. That's how I feel about it. That's also I've been in sales for 25 years, so
Yeah.
uh, I've had sales bosses yelling at me the same shit. So um, for me, I before these last two fall shows, I averaged like what would you say, 20 snakes a show, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Uh,
People would bitch about you because you'd always
yeah,
sell more than anybody else at the show.
yeah.
So
So that's how I also know, like when we started setting up for the fall ARP, Erin came over and she's like, "Are you gonna come over and tell us you sold 300,000 snakes again this show?" And, and no, I obviously did not. But that's what leads me to believe. Also, it's about the animals that you bring.
yeah.
Uh, I think that's a big part of it.
I mean, for
Uh,
sure. So a good example of that is like the first 2 snakes I sold were the
yeah,
bananas.
yeah,
And we had people coming up asking, "Do you have any banana?"
yeah.
They're gone.
They're gone. Yep, that happens. So yeah, typically I sell around 20 snakes a show. Um,
Trevor
probably
does well. Like I will admit to like sales is not the muscle that I flex very often.
I've seen you getting better and better at all the shows though.
Yeah, and I think another part of doing more shows is when you do more of it, you just
Yeah,
get better at it. And
yeah, becomes more natural for you.
yeah,
Yeah. What other questions did we miss?
I don't think we missed many questions.
Oh, okay,
We just had the one from Queen City.
okay. Word. For your pairings for this season, are you making more pet snakes
Um,
for the shows?
so I have I'm definitely making pairings where there's more probability of hitting visual pieds and lavenders, even if I'm trying to just make double hets or not double hets, but like I'm trying to push my dreamsicle project forward.
Mhm.
I'm just focusing more on making sure that I can hit more visual animals. I have 3 banana females. If there's one thing that I would probably do is I might consider trying to find some breeder ready banana females just to have more banana animals.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have any males that have any bell complex genes in them, so I can't make bells unless I go out and buy a male.
Gotcha.
But most of my females that have bell genes in them are going to things for other projects. So, like for me, I still think my priority should be pushing my projects and the shit that I want forward. It's just
Right.
I have the undertone of, well, if you don't get what you need, make sure that you are making something you can sell.
Right.
um,
Byproduct is pet
yeah,
level,
yeah.
pretty pet level. Yeah.
But it's like you can see, like if you click the link for our deals at the top of the YouTube channel, I mean, I got normal double hets in there for $25. Like, cause it's a normal.
Right.
And yeah, it's het for hypo and pied, but like somebody's gonna have to do the work to raise that animal up and
Mhm.
breed it and stuff. So I'm kind of pretty much just selling it as a
Pet.
wholesale normal.
Yeah. Right. Which
um,
are great at the shows.
yeah, yeah.
If you,
And I think we did the same thing. Like I think I had him at $50 the first day of the show, and then the second day of the show, started taking that green chalk marker and going like, "Okay, $25,
yeah.
please take it."
uh, another tip for folks out there: if you want to sell a normal for like $40 at the shows, make it your ambassador handle
Yeah,
animal, because I will tell you, people that emotionally connect with an animal that they hold are like
it.
90% more likely to take it home.
Yep. Um, you see that with like even you'll see a kid hold an animal
Mhm.
and the parent go like, "Well, what about this one? It's a little more expensive, a little bit different." "No, I want this one."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's the normal, right?
yeah, exactly, exactly. That's good stuff.
um, I definitely think, a little bit more on the diversification of what you have at your table. Ball pythons can be all over the place.
Yeah,
Just because of the genetics and like a lot of us are working higher end projects where it's like most of the shows, if you bring a het monsoon, nobody's paying that kind of money for
right.
an animal.
Yeah,
But when I think about diversification, it's not just the diversification because like most of the animals that I bring are going to be like double het dreamsicle stuff or like visual one het the other with one or two other genes in them. And you know, even though it's a nice animal, not a lot of people are going to spend $500 on an animal, right?
right.
You'll get the few people, but it's a little further and far between. So I'm also looking at diversification of barrier of entry.
Hmm.
So like even a species that is, I'm not going to say lower end, but is on the cheaper side, that's a good beginner animal, is another way to think about diversification
Hmm.
of the stuff at your table, right? Is because I see a lot because like a lot of the stuff that I brought, like I have a really nice orange dream pied het lav that was a holdback, and it was like, oh, I got orange dream double hets. I got a couple of them, so like if I can get a little more scratch for this one because it's the visual pied, might as well go do that. But I'm not upset if it doesn't sell. But like as soon as people see the, you know, $500 or four, like I think I got it down to like 350 at one point, and it's still kind of out of the range of a lot of people.
Yeah,
But if we're looking at like, I wouldn't do corn snakes, but like corn snakes as an example of, you can get a nice looking corn snake for $100, sub $100,
Yeah.
that is a little more visually stunning than what you can get in the ball python world for $100.
Yeah.
Um, so even having those good beginner entry level animals that are a little bit on the cheaper side is also another way you can diversify.
Mm.
So that's another part of my thought process for next year.
That's why I was thinking about guards. They're good handleable geckos. They're hardy.
Yeah.
They get pretty good size. They're easy maintenance, easy husbandry, and they have some pretty cool colors and patterns. And you sell 10 of those at a show for $200 a piece.
Yeah.
It's a good little extra deal, right? So, and I can house them in the same room. They produce, a 1.2 can produce a decent amount of babies every year. So I think I might go that route.
Yeah.
I might just have to do that.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking before, like I'm looking at Kenyans, like
Yeah.
sand boas, looking at rosy boas. Um, and then on the little bit of a trickier side, I'm looking also at viper boas, and I had them as a kid. I love them, even though they're mean as fuck. I love tokay geckos. So, I was thinking of just having like a big, 36 by 36
Yeah.
and just have a colony in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And even
You
do
know,
the morning, the
yeah,
little.
I have the mornings and I have some Spherodactylus elegans, so the ashy geckos.
Mm,
Um, and I do like them, but man, they are fucking quick.
yeah.
Like and they hide a lot. So like the whole idea when I got into them was it'd be really cool if you could have like a 12 by 12 by 8 little thing on your desk, call them desk pets, and you just buy a pre-built enclosure with 2 morning geckos for like $150, right?
Right.
Um, and they're just never out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this looks cool, but you don't see the animal. So it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, but I got a shit ton of morning geckos. I should just put them in little like souffle cups and bring them to the show for like $10 a piece or something.
Yeah, you should.
Um,
Because that's the other problem with the desk pet. They buy two for $150, and then all of a sudden they're going to see them because there's 30 of them in that little
yeah.
12 by 8.
Um, yeah, that's Danny. You don't see blue tongues at shows very often.
No, you don't.
Um, and it's a weird one because I don't think they're regulated here in Colorado. I just don't think anybody is producing them.
All right.
Um, oh, I guess that's another thing is we could have talked about at the beginning of the show. I think November 7th is or what is it,
Yeah.
the 17th or something?
Yeah, I think so. Is the meeting?
There's a PACFA meeting that's coming up here really soon. Where I don't know if they're going to discuss the Colorado Parks and Wildlife changes at all.
It didn't say anything about it on the agenda,
Yeah.
but they don't really outline a whole lot in those agendas sometimes.
No, they don't.
You just show up and find out what's going on.
What would you guys suggest for show stock outside of bananas, bells, ivories, and pieds? Lower end clowns, ultramels, and I think ultramels would do well.
Yeah. Anything vibrant that's pretty looking.
Yeah. Even like albinos or lavender albinos. Like I think albinos might be better for like a show crowd. because they're more affordable.
Yeah.
Ultramels and lavender albinos are still they have a little bit of a premium to them.
Mm.
I have clowns that were part of my first clutch in 2024 that I can't sell. They're females. They're 500 grams now. And nobody wants them. So I'm going to end up with breeder ready females here soon.
Yeah.
That I'm just going to throw like double het or double visual males to and try to make triple hets for stuff. And then I can sell them as proven breeders and maybe get rid of them.
There you go.
DGs, I don't know. Just because like that's kind of like to me, DG is kind of like a breeder gene, right? It cleans everything up and it looks a little more crisp, but like the average person looking for a pet is still going to look at it and go, it's brown.
Yeah. True.
And I know like you have your opinions on DG versus lace too.
I do.
Where lace you can see with the one gene and not have to deal with a recessive.
I sold a pastel yellow belly lace male hatchling at the Cheyenne show for $500 to a pet lady. She's like, "That's just the most pretty snake that's here." And I was like, "Yes, it is. You can take it home with you." Two genes that probably are not going to be found and most common, but I tell you right now that a lot of people love them when they're on. Yeah, bamboo and champagne.
Yeah.
That champagne that was on my table, I think everybody loved that guy. And then the girl finally called her dad and asked if she could bring him home. But everybody loved that guy too. Yeah. And another one is Spider.
I was gonna say, like, if it's people just looking for a pet,
yeah,
spiders look great.
Yeah. So if you're, I will say this about the bamboo also, it's a double whammy. If you get a bamboo, like a male, and if you're going to, do a little breeder project on bells, bamboo's in the bell complex.
Yeah.
And if anything comes out as just bamboos sell as well. They're a really cool looking animal. So, it's kind of a double whammy. Your byproduct is a cool looking pet. I don't think I've ever taken a bamboo to a show and came home with it.
Yeah.
In fact, I know that there's some that I wish would have come home with me, but I took them. I didn't take the Ultramel bamboo with me because that would definitely go. And
yeah, like
he's staying here.
It's tough, like I wish we had a larger breeder community in Colorado. Like we have a lot of people here, but like I wish there were more because like you would get a little more variety in what you sell at shows too. Because there's a lot of stuff that I have that like, yeah, it looks like a normal and it looks brown, but it has a $500 price tag because of the other genes in it. And like you're just not selling those to pet people. So.
No. In here in Colorado for the shows, we got to take pets.
Yeah.
Because we know all the breeders. We know what they and they know what we have. And so we have a IG group that we could just sell the stuff in our IG group outside of the shows and never have to bring those to the shows.
Yeah.
So, which I think will be interesting when we go to some of these bigger shows outside of state. I think I'll probably take more of a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
To cater to the breeder crowd and to cater to the pet market as well. So that I can have
the other thing that's interesting to me is how to balance, like if we're going to a place that's 12 hours away, obviously we are getting a hotel and staying
right
in that city, right? And how much extra do you bring
10%.
to backfill. That's what I think about, because here is easy. Like I just go home and like I just fill the slots that are empty.
Yeah. I'd say bring like an extra 10% and be okay with having empty holes at the end of Sunday.
Yeah. Just write sold on it or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, overall, I think it was a good year. Again, like it's the first year that I've made more selling animals than I've spent buying animals.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I didn't buy animals. I definitely didn't buy as much.
Would you attribute that to the shows?
No, I think it's a just collection maturity thing where I think I've gotten to a point where there are very specific things that I need and want. And unless those things come up for a price that I'm comfortable with, then I just don't need to add to my collection right now.
Mm.
And the more that I think about it, I'm glad I didn't, because I think where I'm going to spend my money is diversifying.
Yeah. I definitely make the mistake of looking at the vendor list before I go to the show.
Yeah.
And then I know the vendors, and then I'll just message Josh, hey, do you have any ultra puzzle stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I got you. I'm like, fuck.
So I do the reverse and I go, okay, if I sell this many animals, then I can get something.
Gotcha.
And I was really close to buying something this last show. Like if I would have sold like one or two more animals, I probably would have bought something.
What are you gonna buy?
Well, I'd already talked to Fred.
Oh yeah.
Like if I would have sold one or two more animals, I probably would have gone
up
through with a purchase.
Yeah, gotcha.
But like I want to, like my big thing right now is I just want to upgrade my tablecloth, my backdrop, like the business presence at the table.
Yeah.
And you know, I have the money for that, and then I have a little bit of money left over, and I think I want to diversify instead. So we'll see. We'll see what the new year brings. I'm sure we'll do an episode on it.
Yes, we will.
We definitely have an episode in like 3 weeks about our goals from when we first started this show and the beginning of the year, and they are definitely not.
No.
That is going to be a shit show of a show.
I'm pretty sure I forgot about those goals the next show. And
oh, I didn't. I have them on my whiteboard. They're at the top.
Yeah, that's why I don't do whiteboards. That shit's...
And like things just leapfrog up, or things change. Like, oh, one thing that we did not talk about in this show that was a very big part of the amount of shows that we did was all the PACFA shit that happened mid-year.
Well, yeah.
That we basically went, well, I'm not vending a show.
Everybody said that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure out of our IG group, I was like, fuck it, I'll take the bullet. I'll go vend the show and we'll find out what happens.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody else did.
Yeah, I mean, so I did that May-June show, and then I think wasn't it like July 1st the new shit was going to affect?
Yeah.
And there was the Repticon that was on like the July 4th weekend.
Yeah.
And I was gonna sign up for it. I'm like, fuck it, I want to wait to see what happens. I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like fucking raided or some shit because they think I have like 500 snakes in my basement. And so I didn't do it. And then like all the shit that was going on was just fucking depressing, and it just put me in a shitty mood for like half the year.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Man, like I don't know. I think it was just when the next Repticon rolled around in like October where it was like, fuck it, dude. I can't worry about this shit.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's right.
but that like there
Contenders.
were other shows like we could have done Colorado Springs. There was a Colorado Springs show in there. There was, I think the Pueblo show was in there. The other Repticon. There was another one in Loveland.
Loveland, yeah.
Like there were probably a good 5-6 shows we could have done in that period of time where we just didn't.
Didn't do them.
So, and sure, like that, it might have, like for me, for sure, would have been like out of stock. Like, I'm not going to do this show and pay the money for a table because I only have like 6 normals left. But you know,
Yeah. Well, I think that was a big factor for everybody in the Colorado.
yeah, for sure. I mean, people fucking left.
Yeah. Yeah.
They moved their reptiles to a different state.
Yeah. Craziness. Craziness.
So yeah, it's good times.
Good.
Anyway, I think that's the show.
I think that's it.
So vending, everything went well. There are things that I think promoters can do better. I didn't lose money at any show. I wish I had more pet stock, and I want to do more shows, assuming that I have the stock.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We got a comment. I would love to see next year. We actually arrange a breeder potluck. We can all bring something and do a barbecue and get better acquainted with our locals better. We're doing a bowling night December 13th. At the We'll keep that on the down low so that they don't just come bust us all at the same time.
Keep that on a down low and a live podcast on YouTube.
There you go.
That works.
So now all they know is it's December 13th at a bowling alley somewhere in Colorado.
Yes. They're all going to get raided.
Yes, at the same time. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, man.
I sure hope I'm going to feel better by next week.
I hope so too.
This has sucked. This is
We're
really
going to talk about, I think, what is it, Pieds next week? We're talking about Pieds.
My favorite gene ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
Click that link.
Click the link. Yeah.
Buy an animal. See if a price suits you. Hit buy. Fill out the form. We'll get back to you.
Yes, we will.
All right, all. Have a good night. Have a good week.
Have a good week, everyone.